ask the next company to pitch. I'm gonna read the last four, which is StressPal, one of our favorite community members. Then it's Get Picked, welcome back after a long time. Z House and FMI Tech. He signed up last moment. I handwrote it, FMI Tech at the last. So, all right. Now we ask Jerry Shen of Mighty Bow. He's not here. Craig Lemon, he's not here.
Okay. All right, my name is Jerry Shen, and my company is actually not Mighty Bow. That's my email address, so please do not spam me. I'm not sure how that happened. My company is Sparo, and we make a SaaS application for commercial property managers. So in my experience as an entrepreneur, one of the key things is to pick the right market to be in. The commercial property management market is a $10 billion global market with $5 billion in the US, and it's largely ignored by Silicon Valley. The market leaders in the space were largely written in the 1970s and 80s, and their idea of cloud software, just to give you a quick anecdote, we did a lot of customer development, and one of our customers said, we use cloud software. So I said, great, show it to me. So he goes to a Windows machine, they all use Windows, they remote desktop into a Windows NT box and said, see, it's in the cloud. So that gives you an idea of how backwards some of these software platforms are. Secondly, the last venture-funded startup that I found in the space started in 2006. So that's an eternity in the tech world. It's 12 years without any innovation from startups. So this is a really interesting space. The reason how I got into the space is I started a company back in 2010. I actually made the first fantasy football game for the iPhone that was acquired by Yahoo in 2013. I stayed there for 2 years, and I said, what am I going to do with this acquisition money? So talked to a financial advisor. He said, invest in commercial real estate. It's really hot right now. So I started making contacts in the commercial real estate industry. They all knew that I did software, so obviously they asked me questions about why their software sucks so bad. So I grabbed my old co-founder and I said, hey, let's talk to these guys. So we did about 2 months of really intense customer development. We talked to the executives, we talked to the users of the software, we talked to middle management. We observed them for an entire day. So the product that we are making, we believe it's an entirely new category of product in this particular market. Not only are we trying to replicate the features of the existing market leaders, but our goal is to actually automate large sections of their business that they currently do manually because of the technological limitations. And so our team is myself and a designer. His name is Roberto. I worked with him on my last startup. He was actually in charge of all of mobile design at Yahoo. And so he is very good at taking very complex things and making them very simple, which is a big requirement in the space. And the last co-founder is actually my younger brother, and his claim to fame is he was actually the youngest engineer ever hired by PayPal at the age of 16. So it's kind of a boy genius. So that's our company. We are currently about 6 months into developing our MVP. We are actually not looking for funding at this time. We don't think we're ready to raise funding, but we are looking for connections and intros into the commercial property management space. I have a lot of connections in the Denver market where we're based, but I would like to make more connections just to validate our product across a wider variety of markets.
Wow, that's a very good pitch. I mean, that's real channelizing your past and talking with confidence. Sorry, I loved it.
So I still don't understand what your software does, other than it automates certain parts of the business which have been undefined.
Yeah.
So give me a use case.
So the two main use cases are accounting and operations.
Okay.
So you think about a commercial property manager, they might manage a building like this. They
Yeah.
need to take care of the rent checks. They need to enter in all the bills, pay all the bills.
Yeah.
If anything's broken, they need to fix it. So that encompasses pretty much 95% of the use case of the software. And we believe we can automate about 80% of that.
So once you automate, right, your distinguishes there is an NT box. So I don't know if you look at earnings. If you look at earnings of IBM, their major chunk still comes from mainframes. So there's nothing to laugh about somebody's using old systems.
Correct.
Because they're used to it, they make money, person is fine. What do you bring on table? Efficiency, performance, what is your metric?
Our metric is based out of those, probably efficiency. So our pitch to these companies, and by the way, we have 2 signed LOIs, including the largest property management company in Colorado Springs. It probably represents a $250,000 a year contract, assuming we can earn their business. But the pitch to them, and all of these companies really, is your value to your customer is face-to-face interactions,
Okay.
right? And you're fighting so much with your software right now, and we can eliminate 80% of that so you can actually do your business better.
It's a very vague question. I will eliminate a what? The jeans you're wearing, Levi's is making for over 100 years, right?
We are eliminating
Yeah, what?
we are eliminating repetitive and tedious tasks that they do on a day-to-day basis. So for example, entering in invoices, we are actually going to scan those in automatically and use OCR software to put that into the accounting database. Dealing with tenants, most of the requests are the same, right? It's a maintenance request, it's a question about the rent. We're creating a machine learning-based chatbot to actually take care of most of those interactions so that the property manager doesn't have to deal with 95% of it.
So just now what you said was the most important
Yeah.
pitch element, that this is frame, you plug your software, and now A to B system differentiates than chatbot or service request for tenants. OCR takes care of accounting, right?
Yes.
Because they're still surviving. It's not like the industry is dying off, commercial state, right?
No, it's
still
actually growing
manageable.
very fast.
Yeah, it's still
Yes.
manageable, right? They're struggling, which is different. See, those things what you just mentioned are the key metrics. You have to define in today's 21st century.
Yes.
Especially saying a chatbot takes automatic requests for maintenance X.
Yep.
So this is the first time I understood what you were doing. In other words, when you pitched, you were up here somewhere. I mean, you were at 100,000 feet, we're helping commercial property owners automate in that parts of their business, but I had no idea what you did. This helped me understand.
Let's get feedback.
Yeah, no, because otherwise I'm trying to grasp what you have.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the existing solutions are just glorified accounting programs. That's all they are. So
Sure.
we're trying to solve the same problems, but also try to automate their business at the same time. So we believe we can essentially make them automate. Is what I'm trying to say.
I have one question.
Okay, quick,
Are
last
we out
question.
of time?
No,
No.
one question.
So I actually know this market because I helped a company that was helping the management of rental apartments, like
Yes.
turn on your air conditioner, your heat when the short-term rentals, all that stuff. So and they work with those the legacy guys as partners, right? The question really is, and you've done customer discovery, which everyone should do, is great.
Yep.
How intense is their pain, and how does that relate to price, right? I'm assuming that a lot of these legacy systems, they were sold on a license basis, right?
Yes.
So, they may pay a little maintenance every year, but, it's not a big item. And all of a sudden, you're gonna go there and you say, give me, I'm gonna charge you a SaaS subscription. And
Yes.
they're gonna have to take a shot, I think.
No, they're all based on SaaS subscriptions.
All right,
right now.
are they? Right?
Yes.
And the second question is that, how big is the market? You should probably, because, some people that think it's really narrow vertical,
Yeah.
and I think it's actually fairly big, but.
Yeah, I
you
think I
should
mentioned this in
probably
my
talk-
pitch,
you
but
said
it's $10 billion
billion.
globally, and it's actually
Oh,
growing
you
very,
did
very
say-
fast.
okay, I missed that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually growing very, very fast because millennials are owning less and renting more.
Yeah, okay, so one comment on that, and I know we need to go on. A lot of people say this is a $10 billion market. The question is it? So in other words, what part of the market? Is it the software?
This is the property management, commercial property management software market globally per year.
Got it, okay. So
So if you
that's
do-
correct.
This is, because he's right, like, all CEOs come to us and they know they have to
Show it's a
show a
huge
market that's like
market.
$1 billion, so they all have $1 billion, right? The interesting part is like, okay, you think the market is $1 billion now, show me who's selling $1 billion worth of revenue, right? So, it's like from the bottoms up. So if you look at those guys, the legacy guys,
Yep.
do this revenues add up to $1 billion?
10
10
Yes,
10
I
billion?
know their revenues. The
Yeah,
market
that-
leader, yes, the
Yeah,
market
that
leader
to
does
10
over,
billion? Probably
I haven't
not.
done the exact math, but the market leader
That's an
does over
interesting
$1 billion.
exercise, yeah.
The second one does about 700 million, and then it's like 500 million, 300 million.
Okay, so
Okay.
probably
During the
probably
mentoring-
big enough.
Yes.
We'll talk again. I love it. This is pitching with confidence. I love it. Cool. All right.
Casey, I have one comment to make.